this your first time to Chongqing?
Absolutely, the first time.
And the second day, right?
And this is the second day.
So
I arrived last night.
how about your first impression on Chongqing?
It's great. It's a fascinating city. It's got massive development and excessive concentration of both housing and businesses tied together. And what is amazing is that it's been done with aesthetics, because we had a trip last night to watch Chongqing by night, and amazing lighting effects. And since I haven't really traveled during daytime in the city, but as I was coming, what is noticeable is it's a city which is surrounded by mountains, and it's got steep curves up and down.
Yes,
so it reminds me of Hong Kong in that sense. And it's got small areas but very vibrant businesses surrounding it. I think despite the congestion that seems to be there, it seems to be a relatively clean city and a functioning system, because I have been asking questions about the transportation systems and all that. So people have talked about the fact that the city is well served by alternate modes of transportation. So I'm really delighted to be here. And furthermore, tomorrow we hope to go to see the port and the smart city. So maybe there could be follow-up impressions I will have. But everything I have heard about those visits makes me believe that it's emerging as a great hub, and it will be at the corridor of connectivity in different ways.
And Chongqing is at the intersection of the Belt and Road, as well as the Yangtze River economic belt. So, what's your view on Chongqing's role to play based on this geographic advantage, so as to open wider to the outside and also as a hub to connect Asia and Europe and also beyond?
Right. I think given that the train is going to go right up to Europe, it's very exciting, and I understand it will be quite a speedy train. And there will be lots of back and forth of the train. So in that context, it will be at the center stage of Asia-Europe connectivity via railway system, and land link is very important also in a number of contexts, but eventually maritime is more cost effective in a number of ways. So hopefully this will lead to other projects. But I think China is working on multiple fronts. It's working on air connectivity, it's working on road connectivity, and at the same time promoting maritime, and then energy connectivity is something that is being promoted.
And Chongqing has a lot of advantage to give a role to China's role to the outside world. And also, actually, I'd like to introduce one strategy of Chongqing. Chongqing is making efforts toward innovation, and also has a strategy of innovation driven by big data and artificial intelligence. So when you first hear about this kind of strategy, how do you think of this kind of strategy?
Well, innovation is very critical. It's frankly one of the critical means of implementation for sustainable development. And hence, as we nurture sustainable development, doing so in an innovative fashion is going to augur well, because ultimately we want carbon neutrality. So the first order of priority will be to have more green financing in the city, to have more renewable dependence, enhance the dependence of renewable, cut down the carbon emissions in how you manage the growth of infrastructure, how you manage the transportation system, and so on and so forth. So Chongqing, I'm sure, is reflecting on some of these dimensions in order to take itself to the next stage, which is to grow in an environment which is a clean and healthy environment for the people of China.